Hey everybody, Brian Von VA back at it again with one of the most popular series on this channel. What are your funniest Nat 20 moments? And we're all the way at part 8. I normally don't play horn dog characters, think the stereotypical bard shtick, because my friends typically do. But when our usual bard decided to try out something entirely different, I said, hey, why not? I'll roll the horn dog this time. But it's not a bard, it's a ranger with a surprisingly high charisma. I've never had a character do what happened since. She never rolled Nat 20s outside the bedroom, but every performance check in the sack was a Nat 20. After a total of around, a dozen people on different occasions were left nearly comatose the next morning, she managed to draw the attention of the local god of bounty, fertility, and love. She had heard the rumors and prayers and came to see for herself. She wanted a demonstration. The goddess rolled a 19 with divine modifiers. The performance roll totaled out to 64. I get pale as I pick up the dice, wondering what will happen since I couldn't even get near that number. Nat 20. Roll again. Nat 20. Roll again. Nat 20. Roll again. 17. My total performance came out to a 91. My ranger put a goddess of love in a coma for 3 whole days. After the goddess woke up and the panic from the ranger subsides, a boon was granted. I know when I'm bested mortal, I'll have to come back again later. Take my boon as thanks. Thanks? Congrats, you get a +2 charisma from a divine source and can now take 20 on bedroom-related performance checks. Don't ever roll like that again. It's been a running joke ever since that I'm not allowed to play the horn dog anymore. Yeah, when you constantly get Nat 20s to romance everybody in the bedroom, you gotta leave some room for the rest of us, my guy. This is way back in the days of 2nd edition AD&D. I was playing a human barbarian berserker, Nord Steelheart, who needed to hunt down and slay one of each type of chromatic dragon in order to be able to declare himself as king of his tribe, specifically the tribe of the bear out of Icewind Dale in the Forgotten Realms. Nord Steelheart fights in a 2-weapon style with a large axe of sharpness +2 named Hack in his left hand and a bastard sword of 9 lives stealing +2 named Slash in his right hand. Nord and his companions managed to hunt down and kill 4 out of the 5 known chromatic dragons. As luck would have it, I managed to roll a Nat 20 with Slash and deliver the killing blow, using up one of the sword's 9 charges on each of the 4 dragons. That isn't the funny part, though. The 5th and final dragon that Nord decided to hunt down was an immensely powerful red dragon. Well, unbeknownst to me at the time, the DM had beefed up this particular dragon quite a bit, as he was tired of my 9 live stealers slaying his dragons while they were only down to maybe half hit points. So, he increased the damage done by teeth, claws, tail, and breath weapon. He increased the number of hit dice by 8. He improved the dragon's AC by 5 whole points. He increased the dragon's magic resistance by 20% and lowered his Thaco to 1. And he increased the dragon's damage modifier by 4. He did everything he could do to make this dragon harder to kill. He did it. So when it came time for combat, we all rolled for initiative. As luck would have it, I ended up rolling best for initiative and got to go first. Attacking with Slash first on my very first attack roll of combat, I rolled a Nat 20. The DM rolled for the dragon's magic resistance. He grabbed a D10 and rolled it once, and got an 8. He picked it up and rolled it again, and it was 8 again, an 88. Exactly 3 points higher than the largest number he could roll in order to resist the sword's magic. He then rolled a D20 for the dragon's saving throw versus death magic, and his face fell. He rolled a Nat 1. The one number that guaranteed that you would fail any saving throw. So after all that work that the DM did buffing up the dragon so it wouldn't be slain so easily, I ended up one-shotting it on my very first attack in that battle. And all of the warriors in the party got a really nice suit of red dragon hide armor in the end. Yep, you just can't outdo sheer luck, my guy. I was playing a rogue who put all of his points into disguise and acting. My brother played my elven brother, who was a ranger. First encounter, I take a critical hit, but I didn't die. I was surrounded. I asked if I could try a performance check to act out dying dramatically, so the others would think I was dead and not kill me for real. Nat 20. Your performance was so convincing that the cold, stony heart of your assassin melted and cracked. While dropping his sword, he shed a mournful tear of regret and vowed to change his ways. Oh, woe is me. I didn't mean to kill him. I didn't mean to do it. This past Easter, our DM decided she was going to run a themed side quest for us just for fun, since 2 of our group were out and a new person wanted to try playing. So, skipping ahead to after we solved the puzzle to enter the dungeon, we get in and find basically the inside of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Everything inside this place was edible. The walls were chocolate, there were squishy candy eggs and lollipop trees. We all knew it was edible because our precocious 6'4" Leonin Ranger decided to pick up random things and eat them. Now, my character is a rogue and is highly suspicious of everything. So she is dying inside, watching everyone just scamper around this dungeon without a care. Anyway, the party separated because they were all so damn curious, and the new girl found a nest of eggs, which we needed to find. When she got too close to them, though, they sprouted legs and scattered, running out of the room into the hall. They've now entered the hall that me and the Leonin were exploring, so I reached down to catch it. DM tells me to roll acrobatics. I rolled high and caught the closest egg. The egg opens up, revealing a gaping mouth. You're holding a mimic. Everyone, roll initiative. I rolled high enough to go first and tried to drop the egg, but it's too sticky. Ugh. The new girl decided to shoot a firebolt at it. I was like, I am holding it? She'll only hit you if she rolls a nat 1. Well, she rolled a nat 1 and hit me. Not just once either, she did it again the next round. I was fed up at this point, so on my next turn I asked the DM, since this whole place is edible, can I eat the mimic? Everyone at the table laughed as the DM took a moment to answer. Finally, she says, hell yeah, go for it. I rolled a hit, nat 20. Everyone is laughing hysterically now as my little elven rogue buries her face into the mimic and begins munching. The mimic now having a terrified look in its eyes as it's consumed. All the other mimics went running for their lives after seeing this. Yeah, how does it feel, mimics? How does it feel? Our group encountered an intelligent troll wearing a headband of intellect. He had 2 other trolls and a pack of wolves with him. Things were going okay at first until our monk accidentally slighted him, and now we were in the position of, you could leave alive, but you're leaving 2 of your horses to repay the insult. Well, no one is cool with leaving the horses. The monk is trying to talk him down for a while before my druid, one of 3 characters along with monk and ranger 1, who are drunks. Albeit, monk is much better, and keeping herself in check than ranger 1 and I are. Basically decides, we're just delaying the inevitable fight, and casts Entangle between the intelligent one and one of the others. Ranger 2 uses Speak with Animals to try and intimidate the wolf pack to not get involved in the fight, saying something along the lines of, stay out of it and we won't have to kill you too. Due to a bunch of bonuses he gets on charisma-based rolls, he gets a 32. Nice, we won't have to fight the wolves. Well, that's one thing off your back. Combat even goes well. My druid now has the headband of intellect shoring up what had been her dump stat. Ranger 1 decides, I want to try to be friends with the wolf pack. Okay, well, Ranger 2 already intimidated them, so you have to roll better than he did to pull this off. And the only way you're doing that is with a nat 20. Drum roll, please. He rolls just for the hell of it, fully expecting to fail, but figuring, hey, it's in character for his Ranger to at least try. Nat freaking 20. The whole table starts celebrating. We can hear the resignation in the DM's voice as he describes the alpha wolf, just kind of glancing at Ranger 2 for a second before walking up to Ranger 1, and the sarcasm of how much he's going to love having to track 6 wolves hanging around the party. Ranger 1 proclaims he's naming the alpha pair Petrel and Elodie, the names of mine and the now bard's initial characters. A pair of rogues who were lovers and had died together in the same combat 2 sessions before this encounter. Hey, we want to know more about the Romeo and Juliet situation that just happened. Come on, tell us more. Please, I don't want all of this typing to have gone to waste. I've only DM'd for about 3 months. My friends grew less interested, so the campaign ended up stopping. There are only 2 characters that you need to know about. Female Tiefling Bard, CG, and male Yuan-Ti Warlock, CN. The other characters in the party are the Human Paladin, Tabaxi Rogue, and Elf Cleric. At the beginning, at a tavern and inn, not so surprising there, after we spent a free night stay for defeating goblin robbers, we got our first task to find a Sunblade for the purpose of our taskmaster to research its history. After we accepted, we made haste to get out. Our bard was running a bit behind, and our CN warlock, being chaotic neutral of course, decided to trip our bard on the way out. Our bard rolled 9 for acrobatics, but the warlock rolled a nat 20 for sticking his leg out. The effects of the nat 20 made it so he not only stuck it out, he full-on kicked the bard's leg out from under him. A person with the lowest perception could hear the bones crack. After that, she fell flat on her hands. She failed both con saves, therefore resulting in shattered arms and legs. What the hell was she falling on, pure concrete or steel? Now the warlock was laughing very maniacally as the cleric was healing the injured bard and trying to mend the frickin' bones, clearly. After the cleric was done healing, the paladin pulled out his sword and pointed it to the warlock, saying, "You do that again, and I'm going to make this blade useful." But even though it was a 17, the warlock still did bad things to the bard. For the rest of the campaign, the warlock and rogue called her Fall Hard Bard. The bard and warlock had big grudges against each other as well. They often got into fights. Luckily, the cleric and paladin split up the brawls. Now, I guess what would have made it less funny is that if we didn't have the cleric who was good at medicine and with the healing spells. Yeah, the warlock, I'm surprised, didn't just get decapitated by the paladin right then and there. But, you know, I'm sure they had a couple lucky rolls that they provided to assist them in that situation. Hey everybody, Brian Von VA checking in after the vid. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, ring that bell, and of course, leave a comment down below telling us about your funniest Nat 20 moments. This was one of our biggest series way back in the day, going all the way to 3.3 million views in just a couple years. So we want to thank you for that. And more importantly, I just want to say I really appreciate all of you being here. Boys, girls, men, women, everyone and anyone out there. We love you all. Please be safe, be happy, treat yourself, and take care of yourself. We'll be right here waiting. See you later.